Hello folks and welcome back to Medieval Total War. I am Conostep and this is going to be part 13 of my early campaign where I'm playing as the Almohads. And in the last episode I did attempt to take Portugal from Italy. It did not work out. I did fail pretty miserably there, which is really too bad because I thought going in, there was a rebellion happening in the province and I thought, hey, that's going to help me out. In fact, I ended up having to fight the rebellion army before I had to fight the Italian army. And that may have just tired out my men just enough to where it made my men's morale a little bit shaky going into that fight up that hill against the Italians. I gotta say, I was a little bit surprised that my men did not hold out. I was fairly convinced of my army's superiority from a, technical standpoint. I thought I had better spearmen and the Nubian spears, and I thought that my Almohad urban militia could really cut through their militia level of units at their spearmen and their basic urban militia, but that was not the case. However, I did do a lot of damage to this army. I could have done more if I'd actually executed the prisoners. Then all that would be left is their Genoese sailors and then their one royal knight, their one prince that is left. And he did beat my prince in an epic one-on-one duel, which, yeah, it's a little too bad, but at this point I do believe I can go right back in. I think I have enough soldiers here. And here they can join up. What about them? Can they fight? They can fight as well. They can go in there, and you can go in there. I think the only people that can't fight are these guys, because these are the guys that once you pay a ransom and you buy back your men's lives, that army cannot move on that turn. So they're going to be back here kind of resting up, and I can start moving them to get these units retrained afterwards. But for now, they're going to kind of just hang out here. And then I can send this army right in. And this should be enough even without a commander. I'm just going to have a Zero-Star commander with this Saharan Cav. But even without a commander, actually, can I send... I don't think I can send any of these guys on this turn from Navarre. Yeah, they're blocked off. Yeah, they're blocked off by these Italian boats because I am blockaded now. If I show you with this, because I'm at war with the Italians, all of these red zones are zones that I can't trade or move troops through. And I did do a lot of damage to the Italian Navy in that last end turn, but this is going to be my chance to destroy a lot more of these boats. I think I'm in a pretty good position here, and the Italians cannot reinforce this army here in Portugal, so they're pretty much screwed. They don't have any boats along this route here, but they do have one boat here, which I can take out. They have 3 boats in the Bay of Biscay, and they actually destroyed 3 of my boats that were here, which is really crazy. But I think that what I can do... Here's what I'm thinking. Have 2 boats right here. Fight off against the Italians. Make sure I'm fighting the Italians and not the French. Like that. Send these 3, so it'd be 3 on 3. And then I have 2 boats here in the English Channel. Send one of them down to the Bay of Biscay, so it's going to be 4 versus 3. And then I have 2 Italian boats up here in the North Sea versus my 1, so let's send my other boat up here. And then let's send this boat here, so I'd have a 3 versus 2. There's no point in remaining in any of these provinces because, or these sea provinces, because I can't trade up here anyway without these, with these blockades happening, so I may as well move my ships down so that they can get involved in these naval combats. And then I can spread them back out again once the Italians are cleared from this part of the ocean. Now I could bring my Bagala into the fight because it is a good fighter. This is a powerful boat with a attack of 2, defense of 2, and speed of 2. But I'm going to leave it in the Atlantic Ocean for now, and this will be kind of my backup. If I need to, I can bring it in. It's very valuable because it does have that deep sea access, so it can access, all of these regions like so. So yeah, that should be good. I could move up another ship from here just to make sure. And I could probably move up 2 ships just to get them moving, just to kind of replace any potential losses. Yeah, how about that? How about that? And this is looking good. 2 ships here on the Gulf of Valencia. One of them is a Bagala, so how about... How about I put it in the Western Mediterranean for now, because it is another one of those deep sea regions. And how about this? So I have a 2v1 here in the Ligurian Sea, so let's Let's take that fight. Let's actually move down. Let's move down a couple of boats just in case I need to replace some losses. And here I have a 4v1, which is probably overkill, but you know what? I may as well get the job done. And then what about here? A 2v1? Yep, I will take it. Let's destroy that boat. And then I have a 2v1 here as well, so hopefully we get the job done there. And then I can move these boats up to the Adriatic and take out that Italian boat. And then I can send a 2v1 here to the Malta Channel. And that's looking good. Yeah, I like the looks of that. That should be pretty good. That should get a lot of work done for me, and hopefully it will make it so that I can end this Italian war sooner rather than later, because currently I am in the negative. I'm making I'm losing 367 florins per year. Luckily, I do have 11,000 florins, so that's going to keep me good for a minute, but it would be nice to end this war as quickly as possible. And it would be nice if I could start building up my trade empire. Also from Portugal as well. It's pretty nice that there is a keep here, a level 2 castle. And they already have a trading post already built for me. The only thing that I have to do is build a port, and then I can start making money from Portugal, which is nice. That's a good thing, for sure. For sure. So let's go back in here with this army. Let's bring peasants. Why not? Let's just go. Archers, I believe you guys can come in. Oh, you cannot. Okay, well, they can. I'll send them to the front, because I do want to continue to make sure that France is not going to go to war with me. The fact that they're still only at war with the English and no one else really does make me nervous. Not so much in the fact that I don't think I can win this. I do think I can win this. Just because their hordes of men are not good units. Yeah, they're really, really weak units. So I do think I can win these battles, even if they did wanted to, like, send 3 stacks into Aragon. I believe I could win that. But I want to avoid that war anyway. Let's bring up another Nubian spearman to Portugal. And, yeah, another peasant. Why not? Any other troops? Almohad Urban Militia? Go, go, go. Yep. Why not? These guys have to stay here. Archer can move up to one of these provinces. Let's see, who needs another archer? How about Cyrenacia? Do you guys need men down here? I'm just kind of guarding against the... no, they have plenty of archers, so I'll just send this extra archer over to Aragon, because why not? Why not? And luckily, so I did lose my heir in that last battle. He was not a great heir, but, you know, he was still someone. And in this case, I just happened to have another heir become of age on the same year that that old one died. And yeah, in this case, I mean, command of 2, 3 acumen, 4 dread. That's fine. Loyalty of 4 is not ideal, but whatever. And yeah, plus 2 valor, so he has 3 valor, so he's a good fighter, good acumen. Yeah, that's fine. That is fine. And my king is not in any danger of dying of old age or of illness yet, because he is only 43. So in that case, I do have 2 other heirs that are on their way, Ibrahim and Idris. Yeah, that should be fine. Just be a few years before they're of age as well. So I'm not too concerned with my family situation. I will keep my son... Where is he? I believe... Okay, where's my son? Where's Prince Muhammad? So yeah, he is hanging out here. I will keep him next to his dad for now. Right now I have some distant relatives, some uncles hanging out in Navarre, which are both 5-star generals. Pretty decent, to be honest. And it is tempting to bring one of them down to help out in this fight in Portugal, but honestly now, come on, I should win this. I should. I mean, I probably should have won the last one as well. I have to say, so medieval battles, I'm pretty sure, are quite a bit longer than battles in Shogun. I want to say, like, weren't battles in Shogun 20 minutes, and in this game they're 40? I would have to double check that, but I think it is longer, and... It's a situation where in Shogun, what would happen is you would spend the time maneuvering to get into the right position to fight against the enemy, usually a defending enemy, and you want to get on even ground against an enemy that's usually on a high ground, usually hiding in a forest. And a lot of times in Shogun, what would happen is you'd spend half of the battle time just getting into the right position, so that once you're there, you don't really have time to rest. You have to just kind of go, and deal with the repercussions of fighting with men who are tired. And being tired does affect the morale of your army. And you just have to combat that by having good soldiers and a good general, and good tactics as well. And in this game, I think that it's probably more prudent for me to learn over time. I need to teach myself this. So to actually kind of take a minute and rest my men once they're in position, because that's what I could have done and should have done in that last battle, where I defeated the rebel army, I kind of chased them off, and then I immediately climbed that hill to fight the Italians. And what I should have done was kind of stopped, roughly like halfway up that hill, or to where I was on even ground, but I still was kind of a distance away from that forest where they were hiding. And I should have just rested my men. Honestly, I could have just sped up the time. It doesn't take a lot of time for me to do that myself, and I can just edit that out of the video so you're not watching it. And yeah, no, sweat off my back, right? And that's probably what I should have done, because that would have given me an extra, point of morale, or an extra 2 points of morale, or whatever that, stat is, whatever that disadvantage is. I would have gotten that back by resting my men, and I still probably would have had plenty of time to actually go into the forest and kill them, because I do believe there's extra time in these medieval battles. So, it is a learning process for sure. This is something that I need to kind of figure out and, learn as I go along. Because it is interesting how, I would think that I would be like a master, right, of battles going from Shogun right into this game, but that's really not the case. I'm learning that straight melee rushes can beat these, what I would think is a really good defensive line of, spearmen backed up by swordsmen. And I'm still sometimes getting beaten by just a downhill charge of urban militia backed up by, royal knights. And I have to think, why did that happen? Well, my general was only a 1-star general, so that, sure, I probably should have brought one of the 5-star generals. I wanted to keep them up here, but that probably wasn't what I should have done. I wanted to train up who was going to be my new heir and get him more command stars. Yeah, it's a good thought. I thought that I was going to be able to win that battle despite the fact that he was only a 1-star general. I thought there was no way I could have lost that. So, yeah, there's definitely some considerations to be made. Use the good generals that I have. Of course, then you'd ask, why am I not doing that right now? Well, because I would take an extra turn to get them down here and then to attack. And I think that I can win this right now without waiting that extra turn. And, yeah, I also want to keep them up here just in case France does attack. So there's that to keep in mind as well. So am I going to build anything for now? I don't think so. I should probably kind of cool it on the whole training up soldiers thing, because I am making a negative income. So I should probably take it easy on that. Not train an archer. Stop any other training. But I probably should keep building boats, which you might think is counterintuitive. If I'm losing money, then why would I do that? Well, I need the boats. The boats are what's going to help me really smash the Italians, and I do need to rebuild my trade empire and make sure that I have enough boats to, plug in all the gaps so that I can get that trade income coming and flowing again. So the nice thing about this is that I don't have to be allied to people to trade with them. I just have to be neutral. That's it. So even though I lost a lot of allies once I attacked the Italians, that's okay, because a lot of those nations did not go to war with me. The Germans did, though, and they did that before I attacked the Italians. And I'm still at war with the Germans just because of that one naval attack that they launched on me. And since then, I'm not bordering. I'm not sharing any sea provinces with any of their boats, and I'm not bordering them on land. I'm wondering, is this it? Seriously, is this the reason why? Is it because I have a boat that's bordering their land province, of province, incidentally? Is that why we're still at war with each other? So if I were to move my ships out of these two regions, of the Ligurian Sea and the Gulf of Lions, would I cease to be at war with the Germans? I mean, that's honestly worth... Oh, and up here as well, Friesland. Yeah, Friesland, Saxony. It's honestly worth experimenting. It really is. Since I'm not making any trade anyway right now from these provinces because I'm being blockaded, I may as well have my ships leave these sea provinces once I'm done, killing the Italians, of course, and then re-entering them to see if I can actually, have an automatic ceasefire with the Germans. That would be nice. It would be nice to trade again with these provinces. And they don't have any boats in the ocean, so they can't attack me again, those idiots. So yeah, because right now, if I remember correctly, they did refute my emissary, who I had sent to try to get a ceasefire. I mean, I can try again. I may as well. Where's the dude? Did I lose track of the dude? Where is the German Kaiser? Well, I can send him. What I like about this is I love this feature. I'm pretty sure this is not in Shogun, where you can just find an emissary and put your emissary on top of their emissary and just have your emissary track down the Kaiser or the King or the Caliph or whatever it is. That's such a nice feature. It's so nice to not just have to like go from province to province looking for the king. It just felt so dumb in Shogun. It feels so good just to find a emissary and be like, oh yeah, I'm going to talk to the emissary. Obviously, that's how diplomacy works. That's right. So that feels good. And in this case, I'm just going to keep talking to the Egyptians. I mean, come on, one of these days they have to say yes, right? Not necessarily, but I can keep my hopes up. So yeah, I don't think I'm going to be really building anything except boats. And let me just double check my taxes to make sure that I'm squeezing every penny out of these provinces that I can without making my people too upset. And it looks like that is exactly the case. So I should be able to move right along here. Oh wow, so the Byzantines have retreated from Khazar. If I remember correctly, this was the region where the Byzantines had like their strongest power, because at this point all they have left is Bulgaria, Greece, and then the islands. Oh my goodness gracious. Oh no, they do have Crimea as well. Okay. Very, very interesting. Now this is a battle that I probably could auto-resolve, but because revenge is on the line, I do actually want to get in here and fight this one personally. Right off the bat, we can see that we're in a much different Portugal than we were the last time, and that's a really cool thing that they did with this game compared to Shogun, where they, in Shogun each province did have its one map, and in this game it is a variety of maps. There's at least like a couple of maps per province, which is really, really cool, I think. I mean, I also love the maps in Shogun. I really do. I loved also like just kind of getting used to a province and really having it, kind of memorizing it, to be honest, which I understand is pretty gamey, but I liked it. I thought it was pretty cool to kind of really know a province like the back of your hand. It really felt like you were a general that was learning and kind of understanding the lay of the land, right, as you go along. Now, would it be realistic for a general to know every single, battleground in Japan? No, that part is gamey, but I still liked it a lot. It felt really cool. It felt kind of like memorizing a boss level, in other games, like a little 2D side scroller. That's kind of what it felt like for me, memorizing the maps in Shogun. And memorizing the maps in this game would take a lot more effort because there's just so much more of them. I still think that there's a little bit of repeats here or there. You do kind of get, like at that last map, the last time that I did play, fight in Portugal. I am familiar with that one. This one looks a little bit more foreign to me. I don't know if I have played on this one. Maybe I have. In any case, the Italians are making just kind of like a beeline for. It's interesting that they're going for that forest. Like, didn't they deploy over here? Why not like that forest? So that forest in the back. Why are they going to a forest that is behind me? It's a really interesting plan. But in any case, I have my army. I'm just going to kind of turn it around, I suppose, and follow them. And get ready. I won't be too concerned with being on even ground with them, just because my army is quite a bit superior in numbers than theirs. So I simply just have to surround them and hopefully cut them down that way. As we're closing in on them, it looks like the archers are starting to take some shots at us, and it looks like the rest of the army is trying to disengage, which is a little bit unfortunate. It's getting to the point where, let's see, like a quarter of the battle timer is remaining. So it's not that bad, but still, it would be nice to get an engagement sooner rather than later here. I do have to be careful. I don't want to rush this, though, because I am leaving my flanks a little bit open, because I only have a unit of spearmen and archers on either flank, whereas my center is pretty strong. And I don't have too many archers. I just have, like, this one full-strength unit of archers here, so I can't return fire very well. So let's see. It looks like we might get an engagement with these urban militia. But I think, honestly, I should probably just keep moving forward. Like I said, my archers aren't really going to win me this battle here. So let's just keep moving forward and try to get a melee engagement here. And move up my left flank like so. And then let's move my Almohad urban militia. And yeah, if they, let's see what's going to happen here. Urban militia right now are fighting my peasants and my Nubian spearmen. So we should maybe win this one. Let's get peasants in here as well. And let's see, Murabet infantry, these are my javelin men. You know what? They can fight in melee. Almohad urban militia, they can fight in melee as well. Almohad urban militia on this side can fight in melee. And let's see, javelin men, yeah, just go in there. Let's overwhelm these units. The general is, you know, the enemy general is a 4-star general, so he will be having his men, you know, fight pretty hard here. But I really feel like we should be able to cut down these guys. I mean, let's see, yep, urban militia are running away there. These spearmen, it does say they're winning, but I have a horde of peasants there. Let's get my Almohad urban militia fighting here. And then my archers are taking pot shots at their peasants and their genuine sailors on this side. And then let's move up my right flank, because right now, there we go. Looks like we did break them. And now we just have a few spearmen. Okay, the spearmen are running away. So let's reform my lines so that the enemy can't get a cheeky little charge in. Because that's what they did last time, too. They got a little charge in on me. Well, my spearmen were not in place. And I had to take a charge from their Royal Knights with my Almohad urban militias instead of my spearmen, which is always, it's always a bad feeling when that happens. Now the Royal Knight is coming in. Here's the prince that valiantly was able to defeat my prince. But I have a bunch of javelins here, and you know what? Throw the javelins at this guy. Even if I do cause a little bit in the way of friendly fire, I think it's going to be worth it. All of my archers shoot at their archers. And yeah, hopefully we can take him down. Send in my Almohad urban militia. Go, go, go. And let's see, Saharan Cav can go on the flanks and try to get a rear charge in on this formation as well. And then everyone pile in, please. And let's get the job done this time, eh?
The enemy general.
Ah, there we go. The enemy general has been killed. Wonderful. And that's going to be it for the Italians and Portugal. What I would like to do is run down as many of these men as possible, because if I can kill all of them, then maybe I don't have to fight a siege. But it looks like, yeah, it looks like some of them are going to get away here, which is really too bad because, yeah, darn. Okay, so let's see. I was told that I can actually kill these people. Yeah. So, Dolphy, you were telling me that I can actually... Oh, that's awesome! That's awesome! I can actually do that after the battle, so I don't have to do that during the battle. I wonder if that leads to different, a different like vice and virtue chain, because I know if you actually kill people during the battle, you get like the scant mercy vice or virtue, whatever you want to call it. And I wonder if doing this, like, you know, killing the prisoners after the battle, I wonder if that leads to a different, you know, chain. I'm not sure about that. In any case, yeah, I lost 178 men, killed 74, and I captured 38, which I also just killed. And I guess that doesn't get updated, but that's totally fine. Yeah, wonderful. And Portugal is now mine. Cool, awesome. Looks like, yeah, a couple Italians did make it to the castle. But yeah, so I sunk the 2 enemy ships in the North Sea, and I sunk the 1 enemy ship in the Costa Verde, and the Ligurian Sea, and the Tyrrhenian Sea. Looks like it was 1 for 1 in the Straits of Sicily, but I think that I still have 1 boat left there, so that should be okay. And I lost 2 in the Ionian Sea. God damn, okay, that sucks. Interesting. So yeah, I think it looks like they did bring a boat to the Ionian Sea. Looks like they brought 2 boats there. So it looks like they ended up bringing 2 boats. It ended up being a 3v2, and they killed my 2 ships. And yes, now it looks like one of my generals did get a command star now, 1st rank. Abdullah El Hajj. Good job, man. I believe that was my Saharan Cav. Awesome. Keep is completed here in Valencia, and same thing in Morocco as well. Siege Engineer is completed in Castile, and the end is completed in Aragon. And the freaking Germans, goddamn. Okay, so they declared a crusade against me. Okay, so I need to prepare for that. So I've united the Iberian Peninsula just in time for me to kind of get my army situated, and I can start marching towards my northern territory, my northern borders, so I can prepare for this crusade. And the Egyptians really don't want to be my friends. And the same with the Germans. Clearly, they want to crusade against me, so they're like, yeah, screw you. Bakar Rahman, hard sums. He's good at counting, and then my new general he's educated, so now he has +1 acumen and scant mercy, so +1 dread for killing prisoners without hesitation. So it looks like it is the same vice or virtue chain, despite whether it happens during that end battle screen or whether it actually happens during the battle itself. Okie dokie. So yeah, Portugal's not happy. Let's try to get that down. And yikes. So how long is this? This is going to last forever. There's only 16 men left. God damn. Okay. Yikes. Okay. Yeah, that's a little bit worrisome. Can I hire a siege? Perfect. Nice. This is wonderful. This is exactly what I needed. I built an inn in Aragon so that I could hire a catapult. So let's do that. And let's send this catapult. Where did it go? Here you are. Straight to Portugal. And I will use you to break into this keep. The question though, loyalty of 65 is not good. Can I even wait another turn? Or do I need to send more troops? I can send these guys. Does that help? Puts me in the yellow, so 90%. 90%'s better. How about I send a unit of peasants? And that does the trick. That does the trick. Perfect. Let's do that. Let's just go with that. Actually, let's leave US back because Leon used to be Spanish territory, and if the loyalty goes below 120%, there's a chance of there being a, what is it called, a faction reemergence. However, Cordoba's always been mine, so let's send him over instead. Because it doesn't matter if my Cordoban loyalty is less than 120%, because there's not going to be a faction reemergence here. And as long as it's above 100%, I should not have like a civil war or anything. So that should be totally fine, I think at least. Let's kind of just merge these guys up and do that. And yeah, so my population loyalty in Portugal is looking okay, I guess. And I can use my catapult in the next turn to actually attack this castle and get in without as many losses. I will still obviously take some losses, but yeah, I don't want to march my guys up and start, throwing torches and using my archers to burn holes in the castle, because this is a tier 2, so that means that I believe I could still, it looks like it's a wooden wall, so I think I could still get into the first wall, but I think it's going to be 2 walls, and I don't know, I want to say that the inner wall is going to be stones. I mean, that's what it is, on the map. That's what it's showing me. So I think this is accurate, actually. I think this is actually a battle map accurate indication of what a keep is. A wooden outer wall, the inner stone wall. Meaning that I can use archers to burn through that outer wall, just as I have done before. I could use even melee troops to walk up to the wall and throw torches at it to burn it down that way. That works on the gate as well. But then on the inner wall, my only option is to send melee troops up to that inner wall gate and to, burn it down with torches or basically hack that gate down. The whole time that happens, they're going to be having burning oil poured on their heads, and the troops that are inside this outer wall area are still going to be getting shot at by that inner wall. So I'll be taking a lot of casualties while that happens. And I can't actually shoot burning arrows at that stone wall to burn it down, because guess what? Burning arrows don't do jack against stone walls. So the catapult should help me get into both walls, I think. Yeah, that's going to be the idea. So hopefully that mitigates some casualties on that end. Yeah, that's going to be the idea there. So how's this looking up here? Looks like I was able to defeat... Are all of the ships gone? Are all of the Italian boats here in the north gone? There is... Okay, so there is still these 3. But, I mean, you know what? I have 4 now, so let's get rid of these 3 if I can. And then let's try to redistribute my boats to make it make more sense up here. How about down here though? Yeah, so now there's the, is it the 2, I think? Or is it, I can't tell. I think that's just 2. So yeah, I think they beat me 2v2, which just really sucks. Well, okay, that's fine, I suppose. Okay, so I need to get a boat down here because I don't want to fight a 1v1. So let's get this down there. And yeah, let's get like all of these 3 moving. And just get them moving, so I can't, you know, do anything this turn, but I can move these 3 into the Ionian Sea and try to fight these 2 Italian ships. And that should be it. Once I, you know, beat these 2 Italian boats, and then this 1 Italian boat, is that it for the Italian Navy? And then these 3 up here, of course. That looks to be it for the Italian Navy. So, just a couple more turns before I can get rid of the Italian Navy for good. Am I making any money right now? No, I'm losing more money, actually. But it still is okay, I think. I still have a decent treasury, so I can still kind of take the hit for now. But then there's a question of the German crusade. And I'm really curious now. Because the way to deal with the German crusade is to actually sack the province where the crusade is coming from. What I can do is I could find the province that has the chapter house. The chapter house is the building that actually builds the crusade markers. And if I sack that province, the chapter house is automatically destroyed. And once the chapter house is destroyed, that crusade fails. And when the crusade fails, the king loses influence. And when a king loses influence, the generals lose loyalty to him, and this can lead to a civil war. So now, since I know that the Germans don't want peace with me, I mean, I could have taken the hint, but now I know, I really know. I want to send my emissary to try to find the province that has that chapter house. I can't spy up here. Why can't I spy? I have boats that border this province. Why can't I spy up here? The Germans don't have a... I'm not sure why I can't... Usually it's a German Navy that blocks me, but I don't know... There's no German Navy, so I don't know why my boats can't spy on that province. Yeah, no, I must be missing something here. I don't know why I can't see... Yeah, same with Saxony. I can't see what buildings these provinces have. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what am I missing here. You let me know. Okay, in any case, yeah. I can, yes, I will send that emissary to take a little snoop around, see if I can find that province with the chapter house. And in fact, since I'm not really getting anywhere with the Egyptians, how about I send this emissary as well? And he can land up here in Friesland, and he can spy on Friesland for me, and then Saxony, and we'll try to find that province with the chapter house. And we will see if it will become feasible for me to actually sack that province. It can be tough if it's an inland province, you know, then I actually have to land and then I have to kind of move inland with my armies. That can be kind of tricky, but it might still be worth it just to make the Germans actually have a civil war. But then again, that might not be worth it because then it's going to make the war between the Germans and the French even easier. The other option is to simply beat the crusade on my borders and make the crusade fail that way. That's the more simple option, right? The other thing is, by letting the crusade actually march through French territories, that gives the opportunity for that crusade to take men from the French armies. And I like the sounds of that. I really do. I do like the sounds of that. Honestly, I'm not really worried about my northern defenses. I feel like, especially once I bring these armies from Portugal, I think I should be looking pretty good up in the north. Oh, you know what I could do? I have this Bagla here in the Western Mediterranean. And the other thing that is that deep sea ships are capable of, in addition to moving into these deep sea, territories, they can also move 2 provinces a turn, which means that I could actually fight in the Ionian Sea with one of my, better ships. And then by bringing over this dhow from the Straits of Sicily, I would have a 2v2, but one of my ships would be, the Bagla, so I could win that one. I would still have these 3 ships on the way, but this would allow me to, potentially win this and fight this battle, a turn earlier. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that, because it would be nice to get this, the threat of the Italian fleets out of the way early. And, yeah, get back to having, like, a full trade empire, because I did redistribute my boats up here. This is looking pretty good. Once I've eliminated this Italian fleet, things should get back to normal up here. And it's just going to be a matter of, getting this taken care of as well. I was able to win the battle in the Costa Verde, sinking all 3 of the Italian ships, and that feels very, very good. That's some sweet revenge there. And I have sunk 1 Italian ship there in the Gulf of Gabes. The King of Poland has died from an illness. The Italian Doge has died of an illness, and his heir has taken over, the Italians. Okay. Interesting. And yes, this garrison is going to last forever. They did not take a single casualty, and I took 4 casualties in, just in attrition. So yeah, I do need to go on there and finish that off. Prince Muhammad, clever with words. This man's ready wit and repartee is indicative of a clever mind and clear thinking. +1 acumen. Oh, alrighty then. Alright, yeah, Portugal. Yeah, Portugal is just not happy at all. Very low taxes, and they are not pleased. Wait, what? Oops. That's not what I meant to do. Should I bring this guy? Gosh, it's really risky. What I could do is just train up another peasant to keep things happy. I could also just lower taxes. Yeah, that's smart. Let's do that. And yeah, 99%. Let's just bring over another one from Cordoba, and then I can lower taxes in Cordoba as well. Yeah, just to make sure I get the job done, Alright, yeah, that should be fine. Yeah, let's go in here. I do have my catapult all ready to go now. Let's see, you go, and who else can go in here? Can't quite get you in, but yeah, let's go finish off this siege here. I probably don't need to bring... Is there anyone I want to bring from this army? The archers would be good. Can I fit them in? Yes, I totally can fit them in here. So let's bring the archers. Why can't I drag you out of the army? And that's looking wonderful again. My income is back up to making 1,300 a year. Nice. And that's without the Italians and the Germans trading with me. That's just everyone else. So you know what? I don't need you guys. I don't need you. You guys want to go to war with me? That's just fine. I mean, hey, I'll take it if you want to change your mind. Oh, and here is the crusade. So what do we got? Okay. Kind of scary, honestly. My first thought is, yeah, there's some good units here. So yeah, the Order of Foot Soldiers, this is a good unit, and this is an example of the crusade units that you can get right away that is of a certain quality that you cannot typically get at this point in the campaign. So Order of Foot Soldiers are equivalent in stats, to my knowledge, they're equivalent in stats to chivalric chivalric sergeants, which are the tier 3 spearmen that are available to the Catholic factions. And you can't get the chivalric units until you reach the high point of the campaign, which is year 1205, I believe. So to get an Order Foot Soldier, which is the equivalent in stats of a chivalric sergeant, at this stage in the campaign is very strong. And this is one of the reasons why you want to launch crusades at this point in the campaign. Then they have these other units that are not... See, there's only 3 men in this unit of the Z Kellys here, which is a pretty decent horse archer unit, but yeah, there's only 3 of them. What is this? Teutonic Sergeant. Okay. That looks pretty scary. So it's not a knight unit, it's a Teutonic Sergeant. Okay, I'm not familiar with the stats of these guys. I'm assuming they're pretty nasty, though. In battle, they are almost as effective as Order's knights. Okay. But he's wielding a sword. So I don't know if he has a really good charge attack. Looks like he is heavily armored, very good defense, good attack. Interesting. In any case, that's probably a tough unit. So it's basically a unit and a half of Teutonic Sergeants. And then, yeah, only a 7-man unit of Royal Knights. And I'm guessing that these are the units that can grow over time as the crusade moves through regions with high zeal. I think that these, like the 3-man unit of the Z-Kellys and the Royal Knights and the 1-man unit of mounted crossbowmen, they can build over time, I believe. And then a mountain of archers, just a ton of these guys. Feudal sergeants, you know, tier 2 spearmen, good spearmen. Feudal men-at-arms, good swordsmen, but it's just, you know, there's only 18 men left in them. 14 Vikings, you know, again, a unit that can build over time. A bunch of spearmen, a bunch of peasants, a bunch of urban militia. Nothing too scary in this part of it. But yeah, there's a potential for a scary army here for sure. And its objective is Cordoba, which is my capital. So, can I? Yeah, where is the? I need to find my emissary. Where's my? I can't find my emissary. There you are. Okay, so the chapter house cannot be far behind. Where would it be? If the crusade is here, did it come from Bavaria, Switzerland, or Austria? Let's just make my way around. Or Swabia. Could it be Swabia? Let's just go from province to province until I find it, I suppose. It's not in Tyrolia, so yeah, it's not coming from here. It looks like wherever it's from, it's going to be an interior province, which, you know, makes it hard for me to really, disable it and sack that province. It's a lot easier to sack coastal provinces, of course, but you know what? I think I'm probably just going to make my stand here on the border. Now, the danger of this is that if I do lose a lot of men in this attack versus these crusades, the French could sense a weakness and an opening, and they could just come in there and also start a war with me. And that's when things get a little bit nasty. If I am not making trade from the French as well as the Germans and the Italians, then things get a little bit dumb. So it's going to be really important for me to fight this crusade off, while at the same time trying to dissuade the French from, thinking that would be a good idea to join in on the fun. Now that I am making money again, let's go back to focusing on training up soldiers. I could hire mercenaries in Aragon if I wanted to. Ooh, there's some good units here. Okay, this is tempting, but I'm going to keep that in my back pocket. Once that crusade reaches my border, then I can think about hiring mercenaries. Right now, it seems a little bit too preemptive. I do want to keep my, economy in the plus, of course. Now, I would love to start building castles on my border here in Aragon and Navarre, just so I have a better defense, in these provinces. But I do think I should probably focus on my economy as well as my military instead of my defenses, actually, because so I have my trade reaching everywhere, right? That feels pretty good. But there's still more that I can do, such as, building my upgraded trading buildings. So building like a merchant in Valencia, for example. Castile, no, not yet. Leon, can I build an upgraded merchant? No. Cordoba. Nope, you are good. Granada has a silver mine complex, so they are fine. But I can also build, a merchant, the tier 2 trading post here in Morocco, so do that. That's a good start. That's going to help me with my economy. And then, I will take Portugal, and I can start building up there as well. I can start building a port in Portugal, which is really going to be really helpful. And then, in addition to that, let's start building, training more soldiers. So, once this boat is finished, so it's going to be finished in this year, let's stop with the boats for now, and let's switch to archers in Aragon and Navarre. I can start training these Muwahid foot soldiers. These spearmen in the service of the Almohads are lightly equipped to stand in a line of battle. They are hardy desert men and carry only large shields for protection, but they are also swift and possibly overconfident. Like all spearmen, they have an advantage when fighting against cavalry. And this is that weird unit that I was talking about before, which, unlike normal spearmen units, there are only 16 men in this unit, which is like a swordsman unit. So they don't have that 100-man size of normal spearmen units, so they're not really meant for holding that line. What they're more meant for is kind of assisting in cavalry engagements. So if you take a cavalry engagement on one of your flanks with your Gulam cavalry, which typically is a unit that is going to be outclassed by a lot of the Catholic cavalry, their knights, will beat the Gulam cavalry in battle, but then you can assist with these Muwahid foot soldiers, which have high charge, high attack, bonus versus cav, high morale, and they can help you win these cav engagements. Honestly, I liked using these units quite a lot. So let's get these going here in Navarre. And since I can build these like upgrade buildings in Navarre and Aragon, I would love to, but I feel like I can't really focus on that right now. I think right now I just need more of just numbers. Yeah, numbers and numbers. I can start training these naphtha throwers here in Castile, which are, grenade throwers. They are like the Thunder Bombers in the Mongol Invasion expansion for Shogun Total War. It takes 2 years to train up one unit, which is a little bit prohibitive, but they are nice. The Catholics can't train them. I believe they're only available to the Muslims and the Byzantines, I think. I'm not positive, but I think that is true. Yeah, it would be nice to get them going, because some naphtha throwers can break apart heavy infantry formations, which could be useful for me. So let's do that. Let's see, Leon can't train anything. Cordoba. After I train up this unit of peasants, yeah, I guess let's not do peasants. Let's do some militia sergeants, actually. And then I can trade my Almohad Urban Militia from Granada because they get that +1 Valor bonus from the province. And Morocco can keep focusing on my Nubian Spearmen. Algeria can keep doing boats for now, I guess. Ooh, they can start training. Oh, they are training Baglas, yeah. Yeah, let's do a couple more Baglas just to make sure that, I do have a decent presence on the oceans. Tunisia as well. Yeah, I can keep training Dows because they get that +1 bonus for Valor for my Dows. In Cyrenasia, +1 bonus for Saharan Cav, so let's just keep doing that there. And all of those troops that I'm going to be training up are going to be going straight to Aragon and Navarre. I'm going to be really bulking up these two provinces. And what can happen is sometimes the crusade will simply just get to like one of these provinces, Toulouse or Aquitaine, and they'll just look across the border and be like, I can't win that. And then they'll just stay there. And if a crusade stays in the same province for a long period of time, it will simply just wither away and it'll just kind of fail because no troops are left in that crusade. And that's another way, of course, that, the king of that faction will eventually lose some influence. So, yeah, that can happen, and that would be ideal. If I don't actually have to fight that crusade, then I won't have to lose those men, which means I won't be leaving my provinces weak enough to where the French might, see an opportunity. So that's going to be the ideal outcome there. Here comes the castle assault, and it feels kind of dumb fighting this one manually, but honestly, I might lose less men fighting it manually. So let's go in there, make sure I use my catapult wisely, and yeah, get the job done. Wish me luck. In the deployment phase, it's going to be important that I have my catapult in position to not only hit the inner or the outer gate, but also the inner gate as well. So if I'm clicking on my catapult and I'm clicking here, the green arrow indicates he's in range, and he's also going to be in range of the inner gate as well. And that's the whole point, right? I don't want to have my men, throwing torches at that gate and having oil spilled on their heads. I want to simply be able to knock it down with my catapult, and that should be good. Now my archers should be able to fire their arrows and get me through the outer wall on this side and this side as well. That is going to feel good, but I'm going to have to funnel in through one little entry on the inner gate. Now, I do still want my catapult back far enough to where I'm not getting shot by the wall defenses, because there's going to be arrows being shot by these invisible archers on top of the wall. Hopefully, I'm far enough out of range, though, so That should be fine. Let's begin this battle. Start shooting at the gate. And then moving my troops up. So hopefully the archers do shoot at my troops and not my catapult. My catapult is doing a good job of knocking down this gate. It's at 57% damage. I have my Almohad Airborne Militia lined up and they're ready to enter this castle here. And then on the sides, my archers can start shooting here. Bring my Almohad Airborne Militia up with my spearmen as well. And yeah, this catapult's doing a good job. 77%, almost down there. And there's barely any guys. Yeah, look at that. So there's 2 spearmen in the outer courtyard, but then I have to actually break into the central courtyard to get into these Genoese sailors on the inside. And the whole time, this inner wall is going to be shooting arrows at me as well. And I believe the keep also shoots arrows as well. So it's a lot to get through, but this outer wall's almost down. And once that's down, I can switch my target to the inner wall with my catapult. And I'm going to get through here on these sides as well. 70% damaged here. And is this going to be it? Yep, the gate is open. So let's go in here with my Almohad Airborne Militia and then catapult. Start shooting at that gate. And then swordsman, go, go, go. Kill the spearmen. This side, almost down. The wall is almost down here. And the wall is almost down here as well. My catapult actually is having a really hard time hitting this inner gate, which is too bad. And each shot is only dealing 3% damage. So how about I send my peasants to actually go attack this gate? I'm sorry, guys. It's going to be a rough one. It's going to be tough. But you know what? Actually, if I can get archers to shoot at these Genoese sailors, maybe I can actually just get rid of them without even having to enter into this inner courtyard. Yeah, let's get my archers on this side over here. Maybe they can get a good shot in on this side. I just have the 2 units of archers, which is pretty rough. And yeah, gatehouse. Ooh, I'm going to be taking shots from my catapult. How about you not shoot anymore? Can I turn you off? Fire at will? And can you just stop shooting? Is that going to make you stop shooting? I never understand the whole fire at will button. Is that gonna... Okay, so how about I press this? Is that gonna stop shooting? See, it still says it's reloading. So yeah, I don't understand this. How about you... Can you not shoot at my own men? Can you shoot at something else? Can you shoot at... is there anything else I can... Can you shoot at this shack? And then I'll move everyone else out of the way. There, how about that? I'll give you a target, and then I'll move all of my men out of the way, because apparently I don't know how to turn fire at will off. If I press this button, fire at will selection has no... Okay, yeah, right. Awesome, the gate is open. Let's go in here and kill these archers. And how can I get... Can I actually get these guys... Oh, okay, so I can actually just get them off the catapult. Oh, okay. That's how I get to stop shooting my own men. That's good to know. I wonder if I can...
Soldiers lose heart.
Wait, my general just died. Jesus. I'm not going to lose this battle, am I? Come on, guys, get in here. You can kill the remaining 12 Genoese sailors. It says they're winning. Jesus Christ. Holy moly. Yeah, looks like a lot of my guys are routing, which is never a good thing. Jesus, oh my god, there's... These Genoese sailors, alright, there's 10 of them now. Let's see, can my men kill 10 Genoese sailors? They're down to 9 guys? 8 guys? I think we are down to our last one. There we go. And that is the battle. I lost 254 men. Holy moly, I don't know if I would have lost more during an auto resolve. So yeah, I don't know if that was worth it or not. Oh, in any case, I showed you guys a keep battle. Now you guys know what a tier 2 castle looks like. So you're welcome for that. Yeah, that was a yikes. That was a bloody one. So yeah, you know what? I did pillage some money, so that's that feels good. And I did sink the 2 ships in the Strait of Sicily, so that also feels good. I did lose 1 ship. And yeah, I have the largest military. Okay, that feels good as well. Looks like, so yeah, the other general did die, so then I have another general who gained 1st rank, Abu Zayan, Abu Sharaf. Awesome. Prince Muhammad is now greedy, so +1 acumen, but -10 happiness. And then, let's see, anything else that's really important? Nothing. So, my general that just gained a command star is a good runner. So he has -3 morale. Okay. That's not good. That's not good. But you know what? Alright. What does feel good is finally taking Portugal. I can eventually distribute this title so I can give someone the governorship of Portugal. That's going to feel very good as well. And I can bring up these armies to Aragon and Navarre. And I'm going to just basically have an army of peasants hanging out here in Portugal, making sure that the people here stay happy because, yes, this Portugal can be really hard to hang on to. These people here just, yeah, they do not like being conquered. That is for goddamn sure. Definitely start building a port. Ooh, but border fort first. And I did end up destroying the trading post, so I have to rebuild that and then build a port. Okay, so it's going to be a minute, but that is okay. Trade is looking, yeah, making 20. Ooh, wow. Nice, making 2,600 off trade. That feels wonderful. And the German crusade is going to be knocking on my doors very soon here, and I will have to get all of my armies situated on my northern border to meet that German crusade. But that is all going to have to wait until next time. As always, I hope you've enjoyed this episode, and thank you very much for watching. I've been Conostep, and this has been Medieval Total War. Thank you very much, and goodbye.